Moncrieff.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I begin by thanking the incredible educators, carers, centre directors and all of the support staff working in early childhood education and care across Australia, because the work that you do is invaluable. Every day you help educate and nurture our youngest, littlest learners, preparing them for school, for learning and, of course, for life. You also provide the support that enables parents to participate in the workforce and support their families. Thank you to the enormous contribution that you make to our communities. Now, this budget was Labor's chance to show Australian families they understood the pressure that they are under, and they failed. The Prime Minister repeatedly told Australians that universal childcare would be his defining reform. Remember, my word is my bond. He said it during the election campaign. He said it in the leaders' debates. He has staked his place in history on it. But if this budget is the result, Australian families, I think, deserve a refund, a full refund. Parents are now being warned of substantial increases in out-of-pocket childcare costs due to expired fee caps, unfunded educator wage increases, get back to that, and Labor's broader cost of living crisis. Early childhood educators deserve to be fairly paid, but after Labor failed to provide ongoing funding certainty following previous wage increases, providers are now facing permanent cost pressures. And at the same time, federal fee caps that limited how much centres could increase fees are, well, expiring. It was a booby trap that Labor set for us, but they're in government again now, and now they have to deal with it, allowing providers to raise their base rates. Now, families are being left to pick up the bill. This is gross mismanagement in the early childhood education and care sector by the Labor government. Since Labor was elected, Australians have suffered the biggest fall in living standards of any comparable developed nation, according to the OECD data. The data does not lie. This country has gone backwards by at least 10%. It is not childcare costs hurting families, it is everything. Gas up 41%, electricity 37%, insurance 42%, rents 23%, food 17%, health 17%. Families are under pressure. This government just doesn't get it. They just keep spending. And childcare costs up 14% since Labor come to power. Childcare is not cheaper, Mr Albanese. Childcare is not cheaper. The latest ABS data shows that childcare costs rose 9.1% in the past year alone, almost double the rate of inflation. So don't listen to when you hear childcare is cheaper, because you know as a parent that it's not. The Prime Minister promised cheaper childcare. Instead, families are paying more than ever. This is the cost of Labor. Vote for them once. Maybe you voted for them twice, you're going to pay for it for 10 or 20 years. That's what happens. And you're feeling it in grocery runs, in power bills, every time a family drops their child at care and wonders how they're going to make it work. Why do almost 40% of childcare services now charge above the hourly rate cap, Prime Minister, Education Minister? Why? When do the families pay the full difference out of pocket? Labor's failure costs families dearly. The average full-time childcare place costs around $36,000 a year before the subsidy. It's comparable to elite private school fees. Meanwhile, the childcare subsidy is projected to reach more than $21 billion by 2029-30, which is up from $15.76 billion just last year. Billions are flowing into a system still failing on affordability, still failing on flexibility, and in too many parts of regional Australia, failing on accessibility. Costs are up, the subsidy bill is up, and I'll take that interjection, that little giggle from over there, because this is not funny for regional families, member over there. It is a system in serious trouble. And the worker retention payment, well, Labor has failed on that because they've allowed that to fall off a cliff. Special accounts payments sit at $1.08 billion in 2026-27. They're nothing across the forward estimates. And I see members are turning their backs, looking the other way, because they're so embarrassed that they've messed it up for Australian families, because it is Australian families who will pay the price for Labor's gross mismanagement of the early childhood education and care sector. Either way, families pay. This debate is about a fundamental difference in values. Labor believes that the government knows best. that big unionised labour workforces are the answer to Australia's woes, that spending out of control is the answer to them staying in government. Well, they're wrong, and we reject that entirely.